Hello, and welcome back to our Soarin with Souren series. We're here with Mr. Souren Sarkar, the CEO of Nexval. Welcome, Souren.
Hello there.
Hi. With the current state of the pandemic, what are the changes that you see in loan servicing, and how is Nexval meeting the needs of its typical servicing customer?
That's a good question. I mean, this COVID-19 pandemic and the effects of it was completely unforeseen for the mortgage industry, as it has been for the rest of the world. Typically in the mortgage banking business, we are very used to very centralized operations where a lot of the employees are in the same building or distributed in various locations, but in a centralized location of some sort. And the reason for that is we're dealing with very sensitive customer data. We're dealing with one of the most complex financial transactions of a person's life. So the data points we collect are far greater than other banking financial industry services.
Sure.
And that's what necessitated that these centralized operations were created and maintained in various parts of the country. But now with the COVID-19, and overnight we were asked to distribute our operations. And the services were asked to send people home and have work from home. Very centralized operations such as call centers and customer service operations were also asked to operate out of home or remote locations. And this has been one of the major challenges, is how do you take a centralized operation that has been historically in that form and overnight change to a distributed model. Well, services have stepped up to meet the needs, and so has Nexval. One of the good things about that our clients had while outsourcing Nexval was they already had the systems and processes to outsource some of their work to remote locations, to our locations in the US and globally. So a lot of their systems were set up. For example, their core systems were on some sort of screen sharing software that our employees could use remotely. Some of their policies and procedures were well defined so that they could easily translate that to take certain parts of the process and distribute it out to others. So this readiness of outsourcing really worked wonderfully for a pandemic situation.
Sure.
When you have to go even more distributed. So what we have done in Nexval is take some of those principles and then translate it to now taking our workers to remote locations, secure remote locations where our workers are working from today, as it is in the servicing shop. And the very strong focus we had put on endpoint security of the customer data, of employee compliance to the principles of the practice has really worked wonders, because what we did in remote locations now gets distributed out to, say, the person working from home. So we've been able to surmount this challenge of data security, which was really preventing this ability to distribute out the work. And further, now we can reach out, really as a global company, we can reach out to global talent. Kind of the benefit side of it is now we have employees at remote locations from that we can utilize with our distributed technology. So I think that has been the key core change in servicing. And although COVID-19 has been challenging in terms of the additional volume for compliance calls, etc., some of it we are tackling with variable staffing. But on the other hand, with the ability to distribute workforce, now our customers can use more providers such as us, ourselves, or other employees that they can get at remote locations, and are able to move with the times and really increase their service levels and deploy workforce much more in a much more coordinated fashion, using tools such as our workflow software that we have built over the years that some of our customers are utilizing to distribute out this work. So this has been a bad thing and a good thing. You know, every cloud has a silver lining, and
Sure.
The silver lining here is that the industry is now geared towards further challenges like this, and to be able to create a more modular service to its end customers. And we are pioneering and innovating in this process with our combination of technology tools and workflow automation processes.
Excellent. Thank you.
Thank you.